Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty indeed. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Friday night live stream. It is February 12th, Valentine's Day Eve, actually. So happy Valentine's Day, a little early to all of you guys on here right now. We got 28 peeps in the house currently. Let's see who we've got here in the chat in just a second. But obviously, first of all, can you hear me? Can you see me? Give me that thumbs up. Let me know everything is looking good and sounding good right away. As long as I see the chat scrolling with no comments to the contrary, I'm just going to keep rolling with it right now. Looks like E-Ricard jumped in. We got Critical Eats Japan as well. We got a lot of people here today right now. We got a lot of people in here, actually. Let's start off with the crew on the top. We're getting the thumbs up. Excellent. All right, DCM Entertainment in effect here. Thanks so much for jumping on. Dante Reed, soon to be the owner of Adele. You're getting Adele. That's awesome. Drew beat me to it. Very nice there on the powerful laptop. Carl Broussard, great to see you on here as well, man. Good to see you. Dom's World, you already know what it is. Great to see you. PlayStation Kings. We've got Ben Nguyen. Who else do we have here in effect? Let's see here. Michael Domayer. Hopefully you're not freezing out your way. I know it's still kind of chilly over here. It's been very windy the last couple of days. Craziness. Annette Cervantes. Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you being here right now. We're going to have a fun time with some reviews tonight. As always, I'm going to try and put the entertainment out there for you for a little while. Valerie C. Gonzalez. Thanks so much for jumping on. I love the emoji. Hello, hello. Great to see you on here. As soon as we get a few more people popped in over here that it registers, we'll get started on the reviews, because we've got 3 tonight. We're going to be doing 3 in this hour, so this should be kind of fun. Ryan, what it do, man? You the man. Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you guys being here right now. It is an awesome time to be live. I love doing this stuff. As you can tell, it's a lot of fun to interact with you guys, and obviously with all the reviews coming out throughout the week, this is my time to spend some quality time, I should say, with you as well, because I could be answering a whole bunch of comments and doing a lot of stuff like that as well, but you guys want to see it live, and I want to be able to say hello to you guys live and interact live, because it's so much fun to do. Let's see here. Who else do we have? So we got Critical, of course. Paul's doing his thing. And you are actually here on time for once. It's all good. You can always catch the replays naturally, which, just so you guys know, if you're watching this on Sunday after 12 p.m., of course, you already know what it is because you've seen the thumbnail. You know what we're going to be doing. But here is the replay, actually, for you guys who are catching it on the weekend. Regular review will be out yesterday. For me right now, it's tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it'll be a little bit of like a double header weekend for you, so many words in terms of content. So Critical Eats Japan, thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. You guys should be jumping on over to the channels, especially the peeps that I'm shouting out for sure. My mods currently right now as well. Critical Eats obviously is one of them. Drew's Food Reviews, you already know as well. Creating great content on the daily, if not weekly. A lot of great stuff. You guys need to be jumping on over as always. But great to be on here with you. We're going to get started in about a minute here. We'll get the official intro going. Well, let's just get the intro right now anyway. You guys are probably going to catch us on the replay. For those of you clicking on the thumbnail, you've done it already. My name is Ian K, creator, producer, and host of Peep This Out Reviews here on YouTube. Again, a very happy Valentine's Day Eve. 2 days before the big day, technically, when roses cost 3 or 4 times more than they should. But when you can get them pretty low cost year round, it is what it is. Do that early, just so you know. Today's probably the last day to get a good deal on regular roses, if you plan on doing that. I know I've already done that already, so it is what it is. But as you guys see, I create high quality losing it already. I create high quality foodie content here on the channel. I have a blast doing this. I've been doing this for well over 7+ years. I believe this is like the beginning of my 8th year, actually, starting in 2013. Brand new content every single week, live streaming 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Fridays. You guys have a lot to look forward to on the daily from me as well. And naturally, if you check in weekly, you'll have a whole week's worth of content that you can catch up on there. Should you feel the need to want to contribute to the channel, of course, there's a multitude of ways to do that. You'll see the little $ underneath the chat box over here. If you guys are using, obviously, the chat, you'll see it down there for super chatting, as well as down through PayPal, all the fun stuff in the description box below, or the first pinned comment as well, too, that way. So it may actually help me recoup some of my Valentine's Day stuff, just so you guys know. But thanks so much for being here right now. I greatly appreciate it. We have got 45 amazing peeps in the house here right now. It is awesome. Let's see who else we've got here, and we'll get into the first of 3 reviews for you tonight. Dante, can you do a shout out to QDance? Has 1 million subscribers on YouTube. That's awesome. Shout outs to anyone who's got even over 1 subscriber on YouTube, because you're doing something pretty positive for at least 1 person. But 1 million? Shout outs to QDance. That's pretty awesome. If you got 1 million subs, I envy you. That is awesome. Put in the work, you'll eventually get there. Absolutely. That's the goal, the grassroots effort. And I appreciate you guys sharing my content as well. We're well on the way to, I think, 33,000 subscribers, pretty close. I think we just crossed the 500 mark, 32,500 up, I believe. So we're making progress as we go, and I greatly appreciate you guys. Annette, on the day after, 75% off chocolates. You already know what it is. You already know what they're going to do. Seriously, the earlier you do your Valentine's Day shopping, the better the deal is you're going to get. And that just beat me to it here. Happy Chinese New Year to you. Gong Hei Fat Choi. You already know what it is. Today is the Lunar Chinese New Year. And it is actually the year of the ox, which is actually me. I was born in September, so that's actually the ox. I'm included in that group. So is this going to be my year? We'll see what happens here. But I am really, I didn't even know that until I saw when midnight kicked over last night. And I was like, wow, it's the year of the ox. I was looking this up. We did a little quick phone call with some of the family, and it was like kind of a quickie thing. And that was it after midnight. But guys, Happy New Year to you guys who are celebrating that, of course. It is definitely a beautiful thing. The Trips is in the house. Thanks so much for jumping on. Another awesome foodie channel, vlog channel, a whole bunch of channels that are on here right now. Definitely jump on over to the Trips. They are definitely cool Canadian peeps up over there. We may see Jackie Hero food reviews as well. She's another awesome YouTuber up that way, I should say. Anthony Guzman, do the triple bonus, Jack, or the quadruple, Jack. Oh man, I already did that. That's a redo. Take a look on the channel. I actually posted in the community tab today, the quad bonus, Jack. It's exactly the same product. There's no change. So you have that content available to you guys. And I appreciate the shout outs to do the thumbs up here on the stream. It definitely keeps things trending. So thank you so much for doing that. We're going to get into the first review in just a second here. It looks like we have 49 peeps. When we hit that magic 50 number, as soon as I see it, I'll just jump into what the first review is going to be over here. So this should be a lot of fun here. Ben Nguyen, my country start New Year yesterday. Nice. Congratulations. Congratulations. And Kyle, I have not watched yet the Peter Pankey Sundays, the 2 a.m. like that you told me about. Please forgive me. I need to find a way to watch that. And I'm very curious to see what Cheaters Cam is like in the current iteration of it, I should say. Very excited to see what's going to be there. So I'll have to see if I can try and look that up. I'm sure I can find it online. But we'll have to see here. Nick Robin, thanks so much for jumping on. I'm trying to keep up with everything that I'm seeing here chat-wise, guys. So just so you know, I'm trying to get to everybody as I see stuff on here. It's getting crazy right now in the chat already. Haven't tried Jollibee yet, Cooking Conversations. They actually have one opening up very soon here. They're actually under construction currently. I cannot wait to check it out. E. Ricard, warning, the Trips is not a family channel. Well, we'll just let people just experience the Trips. You'll see. They're definitely cool peeps. Annette Cervantes, search any item and peep this out. 9 out of 10 he's reviewed it. There you go. That's the comment right there. Before you ask those questions to check them out, chances are you may find it here on the channel. I've got over, I think, 1,100 plus reviews in detail for you there from a lot of things these last 7, 8 plus years as we go. Dante, Q-Dance sold a lot of festivals in the Netherlands. Very nice. Very nice. Valerie, your setup is nice. Always updating. Yes, I always want to keep it interesting. And which, by the way, if you guys don't know, there is an awesome YouTuber by the name of Michael Fair Jr., I believe it is. Do a search. You may even see if you've done some stuff for streaming and you're looking for tips and stuff like that. He's a YouTuber. He's ultra talented in terms of live streaming the formats. He shows you teaches you how to do OBS, teaches you how to do Streamlabs, teaches you how to customize things. There is a lot of cool content on his channel for sure. So Michael Frere Jr. I'll see if I can I'll actually put that in the link. Actually, I won't see, I will. I'll definitely put a link to his channel in the description of this video. So if you're catching this on the replay, look below in the description, you'll find it. Great content on there. And there's a video that he put out recently that talked about if you're going to go live, make it engaging, give people something to look at, have a purpose, have a goal, because everyone and their mother is trying to jump on because of the whole Zoom thing, and people are getting overloaded with live content. So naturally, keeping it interesting, keep it visually stimulating, and keeping the audience engaged, that is the key right there. So if you want to see some tips on really cool things on how to make a really awesome live stream, take a look at Michael's site there, and again, take a look at that link down below. He is a really, really cool dude, ultra talented at what he does here. So a lot of my inspiration, I think, has come from a lot of what he does at the same time as well. But of course, as you can see, I want to keep it visually stimulating for you guys, and we're going to do that right now with the very first review. So if you guys are ready for the review, give me a thumbs up here in the chat. Drop it in here. Let me see a thumbs up that you guys are ready to go, and we're going to give this a shot. Let's see here. Do you own a PS5 or Xbox Series X? No, don't have any of those yet. I'm going to wait for the mid-range versions, the pro models of each of those in about 2 years or so. It's not worth the cost right now. to get a PS because they're, or even an Xbox. They're just enhanced versions of the same games, and I already have a lot of the ones that they're doing there. So it's in there. Ed Keaton, man, jumping in there with the super chat donation already. You're going to see yourself over here. Ed, thank you so much. Give us an update on your brother, by the way, my friend. Please I want to make sure everything is as good as he can be with your bro there from last week. So if you guys can, before we even get started here, let me see some prayer hands here in the chat. If you guys can do that, that would be amazing. To send that positivity out to Ed with his brother. We want to make sure that everything is moving along in the right direction. Let's send that positivity out there and definitely do what we have to do. So looks like we've got the thumbs up coming in. I'm going to see some prayer hands in just a second. Valerie jumps in with the first one here in the chat so far. I appreciate that. Gingerfit Dad, Nick Robin. Beautiful, beautiful. Always keep that Emojipedia tab open on your browser when you come to the stream here, because I may ask you for a few things. But again, shout outs to you there. And Ed, thank you so much for the love and support always. You already know it's appreciated greatly. All the people who do donate to the channel obviously are official sponsors of the channel. You guys will find them down below in the description. So shout outs to you guys for sure. And let's get into the first review while this is all going on here right now. So you guys may remember a few weeks back, I did a certain flavor of a chip that I was actually very excited to try because it was the only one that I could find. Well, I actually found another one, and I'm actually going to jump into it right now with you. First things first, we're going to jump into Pringles, the new Scorchin' series, and this one is the cheddar variant. So this is the first of 3 reviews for tonight. So naturally, hopefully with the process of elimination, we'll see if you can guess what the other stuff is. I doubt it. Well, maybe one. But this one here, I was very curious to try. Pringles are pretty much a guilty pleasure for me. And the chili lime is the variation that I've had over here too. So I'm very excited to give this a shot just to see. Naturally, I love the marketing. You got our little Pringles dude over here blowing little smoke and steam out of his ears. So lovely situation there. And of course, there we go. It's really slick. Scorching cheddar and barbecue from Drew. He thinks he's guessing what's up over here. Very cool. I'm very glad that things are moving along, and you guys have that support out to Ed Keaton. You already know. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is an amazing situation when the community comes together. And I always say to you guys, every YouTuber, digital content creator is going to say they have the best audience, the best community on their channel, and that's fine. But I know when it comes to the Peep Familia, the Peep Army here, you guys definitely are A-class #1. So thank you so much for putting that love and that goodwill out there for others around. That's definitely a beautiful situation. And Ed, thank you for what you do always here on the channel, being here and interacting. And of course, obviously, when you're donating, I really greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. So let's get into this Scorchin' cheddar action. I kind of cheated a little bit just to kind of show you right there, but you know what, as you guys can see, this kind of looks like the chili lime action here. So I'm very curious to see. I mean, when I did the chili lime, it had like an elevated heat level. It's probably the hottest Pringle I've ever had, and obviously with a Scorchin' name, you want it to be heated, right? But I'm expecting pretty much the same type of thing, but hopefully some nice cheddar flavor coming up on the back end here right now. So we're going to see. Jason Crow says he wants to see what I think of the heat. We're about to find out right now. I'm glad I was able to find these and get these going over here. We get a lot of these types of snack things late over here in Southern Cali. I don't know why. It is what it is. So, as expected, this is just like the chili lime. Look at that spray dust of the red. Now, the red is obviously a food coloring, and I'm willing to bet it's red 40 on here. Let me see. Actually, it's Yellow Lake, Yellow 6 Lake, and Yellow 5 Lake to make that color. Oh, red 40. I lied. It does have red 40 in here, but it actually has some other stuff too there. So I guess obviously they're doing something else to the actual Pringle itself. But let's give this a shot, guys. Scorchin' cheddar. Let's see how this is going to go. Okay. Cheddar. It's kind of muted. Pringle flavor. Sizzle. All right. That's not bad, actually. There is a little hint of cheddar initially, and then as the moisture in your mouth is beginning to pick up everything else and you start salivating because of the saltiness of the chip, then the heat kind of comes up. But the Pringle flavor is there. It's a muted cheesy flavor. It's not crazy though. That's the only thing. You know, you really have to kind of think about it, to be honest. It's a little bit more of a creamier type of flavor, I guess is what that is there. But the cheddar, it's very muted. I mean, maybe a little bit towards the end of the crunching as you're getting kind of done with it and you're about to swallow it. But it's decent. I mean, I like the marketing of it. It looks all right. I don't know how I feel about it overall, though. But The heat is beginning to kind of kick just slightly here right now. Just a little bit. Drew, not much cheddar. Yeah, it doesn't really have a lot. It really doesn't. As I'm eating more of them, it may be kind of building because of the residual that you have in your mouth after. But initially up front, you're not going to get it really right away. Well, it's okay. On sale for $1.50 at the store for this one. I'm kind of indifferent. I think the chili lime is the better of these two, at least. But I mean, naturally, it's another flavor variant. You know, it's something else for the shelf to, you know, kind of fill out the portfolio of Pringles chips, I guess. But it's just okay. Scale of 1 to 10 on this one. I'm gonna go maybe 6. It's just above average. I mean, it's just a tasty Pringle. It's nothing crazy, but the appearance is a dead ringer for the chili lime. And look at that there. You can kind of see that. Look at that. They're sprayed pretty nicely, guys. I mean, they look pretty good. It's just the cheddar flavor. You can't even really see. There's no dusting. Like, it seems like it's got something extra there. So kind of a nondescript, I should say, looking Pringle with more heat. Maybe a little bit more of the cheddar as I'm talking, the saltiness, and, you know, a little bit more that's there because I've had a few of these already. But I'm not really feeling the flavor overall in terms of it being scorching cheddar. You know, I guess maybe the what they've got going here for the marketing of it is more for what's going to get you to buy it, and maybe a little bit of cheddar taste, just a little bit, but nothing really crazy with this. But the heat is nice. It's elevated Pringles, and I like the fact that they're definitely snackable. Put these in sandwiches, crush these up, put these in soup even, I'd probably even consider. But the heat is nice, and I really like that. I like the scorching line, so it's decent, definitely decent, but can't go much higher than a 6 on this one. So it is what it is. Not bad, not my favorite. The chili lime I've actually bought a couple of times since that last review, and the wifey likes it also, so that's easily the one to get. Personally, if you really want to start off with that one there, because I think it goes nice. The chili and the lime, just the citric acid and just the lime flavor is a beautiful situation. If you've ever had like the hint of lime Tostitos, if you guys have had hint of lime Tostitos, put a lime or a lemon right over here in the chat over here. Let's see how many people have had the hint of Tostitos or the hint of lime Tostitos. I like that one personally. And that one's actually done really, really nice. It's almost like a tart lime that gets you in the very back, which is good. Drew bought the chili lime as well. Nice, 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 nice. All right, so snackable, not smackable. There you go, E. You already know what it is. C. Jesus in a Tortilla, stupid food review show. What's going on, man? Remember Pringles with Olean? Oh man, that's going back right there, brother. You're going back just a bit. That probably predates when I actually started my channel, if not a little bit further. But yes, I remember that back then. I already know what's up with that for sure. Guys, stupid food review show. Jump on over to him as well. You already know. I featured him actually, well, featured, but mentioned actually in my Detroit style pizza review. Good stuff on that one, man. Good stuff there. Watching your review of that one there, it's kind of crazy. I guess having the sauce underneath would have been just kind of like the regular presentation, but with the sauce on top, that's visually how they're kind of standing out, I think, from the other guys, I guess, doing their Detroit style. But stupid food review show, jump on over. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, all that good stuff you already know. Let's see. So we've got lemons all over the place here. So you guys have had the hint of lemon from Tostitos. You already know. Good stuff. Good stuff. Robert H. has had it. Robert, thank you so much for jumping on. One of my patrons. Thank you. I appreciate you. Doms, Annette has had it as well, too. Very cool. Paul Martinez, you should try Smoke and Fire in La Habra. You know what? When things kind of get a little bit better around here, I'll venture out just a little bit more. But right now, things are so crazy. It is, they're recommending that we double mask now. It's kind of ridiculous here. So no joke with that, which I just got my results back today and I'm negatory. Every month or so, I actually go for the testing stuff. It's very important to do that. Stay safe. Let's see. Michael was just eating some of the hint of lime chips. I'm telling you, they're awesome. They're really, really good. Really, really good. Let's see here. And 12132 recently started binge watching your videos at the beginning of the year, and you're already one of my favorite food reviewers. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have I tried the Cheez-It loaded popcorn yet? Haven't tried that, actually. I've tried the Pizza Hut Cheez-Its, and I've tried the Cheetos popcorn on there as well. But and12132, thanks so much for watching the content there. Hopefully you are definitely a subscriber to the channel too, so you get the notifications. Make sure you click that bell, all that good stuff. Let's see, California governor close to being recalled. Yeah, it's going to be kind of crazy with that. And for Neon, did I get my shot yet? Not yet. Not eligible for that just yet. Probably not much before the summertime. So we'll have to see what we're going to do there with that. The trips are talking about double masking up here as well, but thankfully it never went in. Okay, cool. Hey, that's a good thing. That's a good thing to hear. Believe me, that's a good thing to hear. Let's see here. Still trying the Cajun flounder sandwich from Popeyes. Yeah, that thing was ridiculous. I enjoyed that. I definitely, not to spoil the review, I had a good time filming that earlier in the week, and it was really a very delicious situation. Just a different type of fish sandwich. And it was great to see, actually. Flounder is just done for a fast food sandwich. Just if you were to be blindfolded, I don't think you would probably know that that came from a fast food spot. It was very well done. The breading, I think, was pretty good. But it's a wide fillet on that. So I was really shocked by the size. It was really pretty awesome. I got to admit, it was pretty tasty there. So I enjoyed doing that, which hopefully you guys are enjoying the outdoor reviews. The weather has been really, really nice here. And I like the dynamic, that a little bit of a change every so often. I mean, the car stuff, of course, you're going to see. But if the opportunity presents, I love the outdoor stuff. There's a safe spot that I can do all my things at and be kind of like in a nice airy environment, which is cool. If you guys like that, give me that thumbs up. Let me know that I'm doing the right thing for you. I know my mom likes it, and I know my mom's is watching this right now. So, Mom, thank you so much for jumping on. She's watching it on her tablet. I love you. But I love being outside, especially with everything weather-wise being what it is. Let's see here. Favorite pizza from Armando. You know, I like Little Caesars deep dish pizza, but Papa John's, just about anything Papa John's with that garlic, the butter sauce, the garlic dipping sauce is the bomb. I have to admit, pretty awesome. Valerie, Ian, the barbecue scorching Pringles are probably next after the chili lime. Definitely give the chili lime a shot. And as for that barbecue, you never know what'll happen here on the stream. You just never know. Oh, good times. Cooking Conversations has got the shock face going on. That's awesome. What happened there? Jane, Goody Two Shoes, thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much for jumping on here right now. Guys, we've got 58 awesome peeps in the house here right now. And that, yes, the 3-topping $6.99 Little Caesars. That's definitely a cool promo. I got to admit, very, very cool promo. I don't think review worthy for me to do, because getting any 3 toppings, you're going to make it your own, but the value is high. So definitely good times over there. Shelly George, thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. Shout out to the Red Robin collab burger. You know, that was a lot of fun doing the Red Robin, the round table of way back then. There were a lot of other food reviewers that I used to know. Many who don't create content anymore, and some that are just not around. So it just kind of was, it was a good time back in the day. That was kind of like trailblazing in the very beginning, trying to find your footing and, you know, collabing with like different people to try and make something of synergistic energy, so to speak. So that way it wasn't the same review on each channel. It was something different. Like if you want to see one burger, see this one, we'll go into the next one, go into the next one, and then we'll knock out the whole line. It was pretty fun to do back then. So definitely good times. But yes, collab burger, Red Robin stuff was a good time. Let's see here. Michael, I wish I could eat outside when it was under 32 degrees in Detroit. I know. Hey, but you have the real Detroit pizza out your way, so I'm envious just for that. I would brave the cold to go have some of that action. A lot of you guys are recommending that I check out Jets and Buddies, which we don't have any of those here, and I would love to check them out. Believe me, I'd love to feature them here on the channel. But you know what? If we've got some really awesome options, including, you know, the Pizza Hut variant for fast food, at least it's pretty banging. That was a good time. Doing that meaty deluxe as well as the double pepperoni was pretty awesome. How do I feel about Papa Murphy pizza? I've never had it. I mean, I always think of Papa John's when I hear Papa Murphy, so I'm assuming that it's kind of the same, right, Jane? I mean, I know that they're not franchise split, kind of like Carl's and Hardee's, but they kind of do a lot of the same things, believe it or not. I think that the trend right now, obviously with Valentine's Day, is going to be the what is it, the heart-shaped pizzas that are out right now. So they're combinations of like cookie, you know, baked cookie stuff and the heart-shaped pizza. But Papa Murphy kind of is similar, no? I mean, that's just my inference there. What did I think of the Super Bowl? Highly boring. But you know what? It is what it is. It was just kind of whatever. You know, shout out to Tom Brady, obviously, and the Bucks and everything too. They did a really great job considering. I mean, it really felt like, you know, the other team just imploded and it really just wasn't good. A lot of them were hurt. But it just didn't really feel as grandiose as it could have been. Watching the interview of Tom Brady on the they had the whole stage on there when he was being given the trophy. He wasn't even really paying attention to the newscasters. He's done this so many times. It just didn't feel like it was, you know, let's just do this and move on. You know, it wasn't that great. So, but we had pizza, we hung out, you know, watched the show, and it is what it is. It will be better next year, I'm sure. But that's that. Have you seen would you recommend Little Caesars pepperoni cheeser? Absolutely. That was a very delicious high-end type of pizza. And you know what? The commercials for the Little Caesars pepperoni cheeser is actually pretty spot on, because it doesn't taste like, you know, a typical fast food pizza, like conveyor belt pizza like that. High quality, fresh mozzarella, the basil on that too there. Really, really good stuff there. Take a look over at Drew's Food Reviews. He was the one who mentioned that to me right before that came out, that he did his review, and his review is actually in mine. And it was actually a really, really good pizza. Really, really good pizza. Big time. Let's see. Jumping down here. My chat is moving all over the place. All right. Let's see here. What else do we have here? Zach and Dad. Thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you being here right now. Good times, good times. Lots of food to eat. Lots of leftovers. Do you... Guy Fieri shows. Well, I like Diners, Dive-Ins, and Drives, that's for sure. Or Drive-Ins, Diners, and Drives. I always get that confused there. Triple D. But yes, I definitely am a huge fan, for sure. Oh, Goody Two Shoes. Per Murphy is take and bake. Okay, all right. I like that idea. If it's the same type of quality, naturally, if they can try and you're just basically putting it in the oven for the same amount of time as the conveyor to pull it out the other side. But that's a cool concept. That's definitely a cool concept. Little Caesars has the best garlic cheesy bread. They definitely have banging Italian bread. I'll tell you that. If that's what that is that you're talking about, I agree. It is really, really good stuff. Really, really good stuff. Let's see here. All right, so we're going to jump into the next review in just a second over here. But you know what? Let me jump into my standby screen real quick, because I have to get something. So I will be back in 1 second, guys. Hang on. And we're back. There we go. That should refresh in just a second. There we go. And Nian's like, well, that was awkward. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I had to jump on over and check something out really quick. And now that I have what I need, we're going to get started in just a second over here. We'll let the chat catch up. 2 million years later, DCM Entertainment. There you go. You know what? I've actually needed a standby screen for a little while, and in the event of having to do something and get something, or if something needs to be done quickly, if you know what I'm saying, that's the main thing there. So that's the reason for that created. I'll probably be adding something to that to kind of have you can read something there while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. But Annette Cervantes is like 10 years later. That's better than the 2 million. Definitely better than the 2 million. All right, so let's see. Last couple of things on here right now. Stupid Food Review Show. I think Little Caesars is way underrated. Been one of my favorites since I was a kid. I agree. They definitely have a bad rap of being quote unquote cheap, my friend. You already know that. But the quality is definitely crazy. For $5, and when it's on special to $4, the deep dish pizza, the lunch promo, is a banging thing. I try to have that at least once a month. Because naturally it's not good to have all the time. None of the stuff that I review is good to have all the time, unless it's like a chicken thing. But if it's fried or if it's any of that type of thing, you know, it is what it is. But I know that my mom loves it as well. A lot of my family, the deep dish is pretty banging right there. And me being from New York, I love thin crust New York pizza. But for fast food, it's a lovely situation. Speaking of which, I just read that because Jeff Goldberg just wrote that. It's a lovely situation with Ian K back in the fold. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, guys, ready for the next review? Because what I have right now, I definitely want to try, and I think I need it there. Give me a thumbs up here in the chat if you guys are ready for the next one. And while that's catching up, let me do a few more comments. Too bad you didn't have that screen during the earthquake live. Oh yeah, don't jinx me right now, Michael. Tell me about it. I wouldn't even remembered how to get to that screen, to be honest. I was so freaked out by it. I was so freaked out. Let's see, Gary, my my channel is no good for my health. You know what? Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. Just don't watch any of my stuff for the most part, like after like 2 in the morning or something like that, because you're not going to be able to get to anything. Because it's all going to be closed. But I appreciate the compliment, so to speak. The Trips wasn't a fan of Little Caesars, but the Deep Deep Dish changed that for me. I'm telling you, it is really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Let's see. Going down. Group watching, you already know. All right, Chicago Leg 20. What did I miss? Well, if you're catching this on the replay, you're probably going to see what the thumbnail is, but you've missed the Cheddar Scorchin' Pringles just for right now. But you guys can hit up the timestamps down below, and you'll be able to jump right to the 3 reviews that we're going to do here once it is live on the replay for you. Dante Rita's got a whole bunch of thumbs up ready to go here right now, so let's jump in here and do this. My chat is moving all over the place. It is jumping all over the place here. All right, guys, very interested to give this a shot because this is one of my all-time favorite types of things to have every so often. I don't really do too much because I'm more into like the iced tea and teas and things like that, which, just so you guys know, I'm kind of dealing with like a sinus infection right now, so I'm drinking warm, things, teas and warm waters and things like that. So I'm going to break the fold just for right now because I definitely want to get into Coca-Cola with coffee, and this is actually the Coke Zero variant of this, the dark blend. And I'm a huge fan of coffee in general. Definitely usually do decaf on this here right now, but we finally found this in our area here, and I was very excited to give this a shot. This is Coca-Cola with coffee, zero sugar with this one here. So very curious to see how this is going to go. Now, naturally, they have a caramel version of this, I believe, as well as the regular Coke version of it as well, which is in there. But love the can. It's definitely cool. It's kind of like the energy drinks that are in there as well. So very curious to see. So if they made like a Mexican Coke variant with this, with the pure cane sugar, as you guys know, that's the real deal. That would be something to kind of see here. But this one here, Coke infused with coffee, zero sugar. So I'll give you a kind of look at the can here, and you guys can kind of see and pause that if you guys are watching this on the replay. You'll be able to kind of check that out. It's all zero down the line. So very curious to see what you guys are going to think of this if you haven't tried it. If you're in pain, drink Coke, says DCM. Very nice. Very cool. Everyone, all the jokes are coming in here right now. Let's see. E-Ricard, how much did they come? Let's see. How did they not come out with mocha on this? Exactly. Well, maybe this is the tester, actually. Coffee is really kind of the test, I think, really. This is really kind of different at the same time. But I'm telling you, Mexican Coke is one of my all-time favorites. When I get Mexican food especially, I always make sure if they've got those long neck bottle Cokes in the fridge, you got to pop one, have that with your burrito, with your tacos. Drew says he's not going to try it. Critical, nice can, but it sounds terrible. It's different. Obviously, they wouldn't come out and spend millions and millions of dollars unless market research was done effectively on this here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, pop the can on this. I'm going to try it. And I've got a trusty cup over here as well, too. And I'm going to see if there's any color difference. Obviously, it's dark either way. It's going to look like probably regular Coke, but let's give this a shot. I like the fact that it's got the red on the very top of this here. You've got the little red pull tab, which is kind of cool. But, oh, that's different. It's Coke, but it's got a hint of coffee in the aroma. That is kind of crazy. Yeah, it smells like soda, but it's got Coke aroma or coffee aroma. It's got coffee aroma. That's crazy. I think this is going to be kind of strong. Let's give it a shot, guys. Here we go. It's the Coke Zero with coffee, a dark blend. Let's give it a go. Hang on. I'm conflicted. It's the initial Coke Zero, the fake Coke up front. and then you're getting like the residual coffee. It begins to kind of build, and that aftertaste is like a strong, I mean, it tastes like it's strong coffee. It tastes like it's coffee with no cream in it, which is good because obviously with soda, but that's a strong bean. That is a strong bean. Hashtag strong bean in this. I can see why I think they decided to do this route. It's flavorful, don't get me wrong, but it's different. It's different. Yeah, I'm conflicted by this. It's not bad, but the aftertaste is heavy. The aftertaste is really heavy. So let's give this a shot real quick here. This is gonna look the same. Let me see if you guys can kind of see the difference here. Hashtag strong bean, there you go. It is noticeably darker. I'm looking at it, I can see the light of my laptop illuminating the cup on the other side, and it is definitely darker than I'm used to seeing Coke in a glass. This is definitely a dark situation. Hashtag dark situation. John says he's more of a weak bean guy. All right, not bad, not bad. Yeah, you can definitely, you know, critical right there. The trip's better than someone drinking a coffee Coke. Yeah, I guess you can always pour the Coke into coffee and vice versa. You can make this on your own. But guys, look at that. Coming from a can, look at the carbonation on that still. That's not bad. That is pretty legit right there. That is really legit. I got to be honest. Usually this begins to kind of go down right away, but this is almost like a beer. Look at that. I'm pretty shocked. I'm glad I'm doing this in a glass right now. Let's try it. It's growing on me. It's just initially it's odd up front. Like I said, you're getting the Coke up front, but the aftertaste is strong. It's a strong bean. This is a strong bean. I got to tell you, it's concentrated. I wonder how much caffeine is in this, because it's heavy. It's really heavy, but I like it. You know, it was like $1.70 for it, and I like it. I was thinking like a 7 range roughly. I'll do a 7.8 on this because I like it. It's just, it's different. It's not something I think is going to be like, you know, your go-to. It's nice if you see it offered. Obviously, this is going to be a limited time only thing, I'm sure, but I love the can. You know, it's really good. And the beans in the front over there, they're really showing it off here for the coffee. But it's a strong bean. This dark blend is rich. I mean, it's really, it kind of hits right after. You get that initial Coke, like I said, up front, and then that residual bean flavor starts to kind of creep. And the aftertaste is really, it's pronounced. I mean, I like that. So in terms of what they're doing engineering to make that, that's pretty banging, I have to admit. But I'm not going to go much higher than 7.8 because Coke Zero on its own is pretty banging. I've done actually the difference between the Coke Zero, the new flavor variation, the new formula, and the old. That actually was a an East Colorado Bridge extravaganza, so to speak, outside. You guys can find that on my channel, as well as just the Mexican Cokes from back in the day. This is not bad. I would probably get this on occasion, to be honest, and maybe put a couple in the fridge, but it's not going to be my go-to. 7.8, I'm going to, you know, call it that. That's going to be the final result with this one. If you guys agree with that, give me a thumbs up here in the chat. If you don't agree with that, give me a thumbs down here in the chat. But I have to admit, I'm glad I tried this. This has been sitting in my fridge for about a week. And like I said, it is dark. It is a dark situation we got here, guys. Dark situation. So glad to give this one a go. And given that I'm on this stuff here with my sinus currently right now with warm water, this is a nice little change of pace at the same time. But I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Okay, Michael doesn't agree with that. We got Jackie Hero Food Reviews in the house. Thanks so much for jumping on. The Trips agrees with that too. Very nice. Gingerfit, if I had Samyang ramen, I have not. $1.70 per can cooking. Yes, Conversations. Definitely. The price is eh. I mean, naturally for what it is. How many ounces is this actually? Probably, was it like 12? Yeah, 12 ounces. They basically are just stretching the cans out, but it's the same bottle type goodness right over there. Just a little mini version, I guess. But they're using the energy drink stuff cans. It's pretty much the same type of thing like that. But I like this. I can only imagine the regular version of Coke with the sugar being, you know, obviously a bit more heightened. So it's going to give you more of that coffee-esque type of feel. But naturally, it's pretty banging. And I think somebody mentioned doing, they should put vanilla in that. So we'll have to see. Drew says, I've turned to the dark side. It's a dark bean. It's a strong bean and it's a dark bean, but the flavor is pretty robust on that. I'm pretty surprised. It's dark. I mean, you can't see, I mean, it's not coming through here in the glass that I'm holding up here, but I'm looking at the light through my laptop here, and it's like blackness. It's really pretty. You can tell this has definitely got some legit coffee in it, and I like that. I like that. It's not bad. Goody Two-Shoe says she can't have caffeine. Yes, you probably want to avoid this here because this is definitely there's no decaf variant of this. I would have loved to have tried that. I have to watch my caffeine intake as well because of headaches. So, you know, Jane, I'm right there with you. But trying this here every so often, I'm glad I waited for the review to do this with you guys here. So definitely a lovely situation. Joel Nepper, thanks so much for jumping on. They will make millions with vanilla and milk. Yes, hopefully we'll see another variation of it there, Joel. That would be amazing if they do. But at the same time, it's nice to have an option. With this is different, definitely there. And actually with caramel and the standard regular versions, good times. It's definitely good times. And that Korean fire noodles are so good. I've seen so many challenges of those. So many challenges of those. And that rating 7 out of 10, 7.8 will go because it's definitely up there. I mean, I like the flavor of it. It's just initially, it's the shock of what you're kind of experiencing right away. And then you kind of begin to start tasting and it really begins to kind of spread on the palate. And it really is pretty good. You know, I'm really pretty surprised. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm still feeling like that coffee aroma. It probably has a strong coffee aroma on your breath because I'm still feeling it right now. So crazy situation, crazy situation. All right, let's see here. Before we get into the next review in just a second or two here, I wanted to show somebody here. I was thinking my Mi Familia, Mr. Jimmy, was going to jump on here. He may actually be watching right now, but not actually watching in the chat, so to speak. Come back to the light, says E. Ricard. Come back to the light. You got me thinking poltergeist there real quick there. E. Stay away from the light, actually. Stay away from the light, Carol Ann. But Mr. Jimmy, Mi Familia, I thought he was going to be on here right now because there's something I wanted to show you guys that I actually got here in the mail that he was actually kind of like saying, you know what, you have one thing, how could you not have the other to go with? So let me just show you guys real quick, and if he's going to be watching on the replay, we'll have to see. Joel Nepper, you will fall asleep at 6 a.m. You know what? I'm going to tell you what. I have to edit a couple of things here tonight because I have to finish up a couple of things before Valentine's Day, naturally, because I'm going to be busy that day. So I can probably, it's a good thing I'm doing this right now, Joel. So score that one. You're probably going to be right about that. Okay. You guys remember a couple of weeks back where I showed you I was reliving my childhood by checking out The Return of Masters of the Universe. Was my all-time favorite when I was a kid. So obviously Skeletor. These are actually they're new prints of the original figures from back in the day. I was a huge fan of these in the 80s. I love these, Castle Grayskull and all that good stuff. Rob Z232, keeping it frosty. You as well, my friend. Thanks so much for jumping on. But had to jump on over. These were originally only available at Walmart, believe it or not, but they're on Amazon and they're from Mattel directly, so they're going to be out in a lot of different places. They're beginning to kind of put these in here. But a huge fan of Masters of the Universe, a huge fan. I had so many of the figures. I had the castle, Snake Mountain. I had it all when I was a kid. I loved it, loved it, loved it. So when I showed these, it wasn't long after that I actually showed these things over here right now that Mi Familia, Mr. Jimmy, was telling me, like, are you going to be getting Battle Cat? Are you going to be getting Panther? Which are basically the companions to these guys right over here. These were actually ordered off of Amazon. You can just do a search for these. They're about 14 bucks, so not exactly the kid price that I remember, but they're kind of modern sculpts of the original figure. So they have bendable, posable arms. He's not coming out of the package. These are going to get displayed up on the wall over here, which I'm probably going to put way up over here. So you guys will be able to see later for that there. But I remember having all this stuff back then, and you guys are all reacting to it right there. Yes, I love the old cartoons, Dom's World. There's actually a channel on YouTube where they play it continuously. But definitely cool stuff. Let me show you the back of it real quick. They're using the same art from back in the day as well. They're all retroed, and I love it. They're just so, so cool with these. So after getting these two, I decided to plunk down and go for what they should go with, and that's this guy, Battle Cat. If you guys remember, this is Cringer. This is who gets shot with the lightning for the sword, and he goes from a real scaredy cat to this character. This is the official Battle Cat using the official printing on the box packaging. This is exactly what it was like back in the 80s, guys, and I'm just blown away by it. But Battle Cat is pretty banging right over here. So it says right over here, Terrifies every enemy, removable armor and headpiece. And it says here, carries He-Man into battle. So the original version didn't have anything movable. It was just a sculpt with the saddle and the helmet. This one you can bend the legs. It's posable. And take a look at this here, guys. The artwork is just awesome. Now, you guys should know they're coming out with these because the movie is going to be starting to film soon. They're rebooting this completely. So you're going to see the new movie. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. But I love this right over here. Strong, agile, and ferocious, the faithful Battle Cat charges into battle with He-Man on his back and Skeletor in his sights. Really, really awesome. Really, really awesome. So just wanted to give you a quick show of this. And if you guys are wondering where Panther is, which goes with Skeletor, he is actually going to be arriving over the weekend. He didn't make it today. So I tried to get these at the same time. So the next stream, you guys will see that right there. But again, Amazon, this was about 23 or 24 bucks. It's a collectible, new for 20, but just definitely pretty awesome. And I love the artwork. If they can get something close to this for the movie, I'm going to have my hands up like a roller coaster the whole time because I am such a huge fan of back in the day, and this is just awesome. So just to give you the quick 360 here, it is legit. I mean, I love it. It's just so cool. So I haven't decided. My wife is going to kill me if I try and go for the other figures over here because I don't know how I'm going to display them on the wall. But I definitely wanted to get at least the companion to obviously He-Man and Skeletor. Those are the main two for sure. So you guys will be able to check that out once that shows up there. But just wanted to show this right now. So for Mr. Jimmy, mi familia, you're watching this on the replay, that one's for you, brother. I know you're busy doing your thing. Guys, we got 65 peeps in the house here right now. And yes, Rob, I got it. Let's see what we've got in the chat here as well. We're going to jump into the third review. And you guys can probably guess what this is going to be. Rob, yo, getting me hype, Achilles. And you already know, I'm telling you, when it comes to certain collectibles and toys, I'm a little kid. And I know my mom's is watching right now and she's probably shaking her head. But you remember when you got me Castle Grayskull, Mom. You remember that when we went to Roy Rogers with all my friends in the very beginning there when I was like 8 or 9 years old way back. And my dad actually put all the stickers on wrong onto the throne room of the castle. He put it together just incomplete. And I was so mad when I got home, I remember. But I loved it. It was, you know, it's part of my childhood. So when I saw they were coming out with these, I'm like, man, I'm going to kind of dip in. DCM, I thought this was a food channel, not a toy channel. Only on the stream. I'm sharing little bits with you. Only on the stream. Yes, Critical, I am running out of room with stuff behind me right now, so I may have to kind of venture over here. We'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Gingerfit, The Rock's going to be playing He-Man. No, but that would be kind of cool if he did. He'd have to put on like a wig or something, but that would be pretty crazy. He does look like he's built for it for sure, but I think they have somebody else going there. Drew, Ian has the power, and I have no sword though to lift it up to do my thing, which you already know. Too Swift the gift. Yoo-hoo. Yo, the Popeyes fish sandwich is fire. Thanks for the look. You're very welcome. Glad to do that one for you. Lots of fun at my local Popeyes checking that out. And of course the Cajun crispy shrimp as well. Just another name swap on what they've done forever there. But tasty. That smoky garlic tartar sauce is so banging. So banging. They should just put that on the actual flounder sandwich as well. And I mentioned it briefly. If you guys are not putting Mardi Gras mustard on the chicken sandwich, if you get like the classic chicken sandwich, sometimes what I do is I get like the spicy one. You know, that's my main go-to. But if I get the classic and then I take out the mayo because mayo is just not my thing anyway, add the Mardi Gras mustard sauce to it there. It is a lovely situation. Heck, even put it on the spicy one. Just mix it up. A lovely situation as well. That stuff is just like, you know, just, it's amazing. It is amazing. All right. Ben Nguyen, do you think which fast food makes the best desserts? You know what? I don't get desserts too often, but who has the best fast food desserts? You know, I'm probably going to have to go with Mickey D's because I like the McFlurries. I like the apple pies. I like their cookies. I'd probably have to go with something like that, to be honest. Ben, do I think Popeye's chicken nuggets will be back? Hopefully, I would love to do that version, but essentially I'm expecting it to be chicken tenders chopped up and then basically put into a box and hopefully have a new sauce. We'll have to see. E. Ricard, I agree. Mardi Gras mustard is the best sauce, and it's definitely a banging situation there. Rob is loving the blue and green lights behind me. I'm glad you're digging them. I definitely enjoy the color change and the tone. Let's see. Armando, Jack in the Box has a fish sandwich. Yes, they do. And something else. Good times, good times. All right, let's jump into the next review. I think you guys are ready over here. I think I saw a bunch of thumbs up that you guys were ready for the next review. If you guys are ready for the next review, you can start putting those thumbs up here as well if you'd like. And yes, Rob, when their ice cream machine is working. Yes, the Oreo McFlurries are definitely a fan favorite for sure. Annette, fish sandwiches. This is the season of Lent, guys. This is pretty much it right as we're leading up to for Easter. So you're going to see this up until, I believe, the 13th of April, I want to say. I think Easter is what, April? It could be sooner than that, but obviously it stops the day before April. All right, thumbs up. We got plenty in there as well. And some of you guys may have already guessed it already. Pringles Scorchin' Barbecue. So I've got high hopes for some smoky barbecue mesquite flavor with this one here right now. I'm very hopeful that this is going to be what I think it's going to be. I have a feeling it is going to be just the heat that I already know that we've talked about with these Pringles, with a little bit of that residual barbecue back end goodness. Zach and Dad, good to see the Shamrock Shakes are back. Yes, and the Oreo McFlurry as well, the Shamrock McFlurry. As that comes out there closer, I think it's coming out this coming Monday. I'll just post those in my community tab. It's the same exact reviews. I actually did that Shamrock Shake when it was a test market. I want to say about maybe 6 or 7 months before it came out officially, and then I just rebranded that video, the thumbnail, to be what the product is there. But I'll put that in there in the community tab. You guys can kind of relive that one there. So excited. But for this, let's focus on this guy for right now. Pringles Scorchin' Barbecue again. We got our boy popping off the ears right over here. A lovely situation. Yes, Ben, they've got the donut holes at Jack in the Box too. There's a lot of redo of Jack right now. With the fish sandwiches, obviously, they have the quad bonus Jack, the triple bonus Jack. They have a caramel coffee, which is, I think, a carryover from the holidays. And they have those cinnamon donut holes as well, which I reviewed. You know, all that stuff is there. But let's give it a shot. Here we go. A lovely situation in effect here. Let's see how this is going to be. Love the packaging, fun colors. Yes, I agree. I'm a huge fan, Annette, as you know, of the marketing of these things. I have a lot of fun with it. Very, very cool. And as you can see, I know the contrastiness of my light in front of me here is kind of blowing it out, but this is going to be the exact same thing. I should probably smell these before I take a bite, but just so you guys know, it's got the same exact type of thing. It's got the same coloring, I'm sure. It's using that Lake 4 and Lake 6, I think it is. Yeah, Red 40. And we've got Lake, Red 40, and then Lake. Oh, wow, this is different, actually. Oh, no, and here it is right here. Yellow 6 Lake, Yellow 5 Lake. So same basic concept. Let's give this a shot. Barbecue, Pringles Scorchin'. Better instantly. Oh, yeah. Way better than the cheddar one. Smoky. This is smoky. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's almost got a muted Lay's barbecue flavor, but the heat that comes up. Yeah. This is definitely a lovely situation. So, guys, obviously ranking the score with these, chili lime is the best, barbecue, and then the cheddar. I'll probably come back to the barbecue and the chili lime more. I'm probably not going to get the cheddar one, but this is definitely nice. This is a straight out 8.5. I can do this pretty quick for you. This is right up there, I think, with the other. And hopefully, if I remember correctly, what I gave the chili lime was probably a higher score than that. But this is easy better than the cheddar. The flavor is so instantly pronounced. The scorching, the barbecue is right there in your face. Oh, yeah. You'll know it right away. You'll know this one right away. Not much barbecue situation. Yes, it's muted, but it's definitely better. They usually say it's better with cheddar, so to speak. But this is kind of like a throwaway. This really is. I mean, I'm probably going to say it's got like a cheese ingredient of some type on here. But this is no way near as good as the barbecue. So, you know what we should do? You guys think we should combine them? Should we put two together? You guys want to see that? Let me see a potato here in the chat if you guys want to see a combination of the two. Pringles plus barbecue is a 15/10 score, okay, from DCM. If you guys want to see a potato, if you guys want to see these together, I'm kind of curious to try. Let's see if that's going to work over here. Who gets the potato shout out? Who gets the potato shout out? Who's the first one in over here? Let's see. Who's it going to be? Going once, going twice. Oh, Annette has a thumbs up, but it's John Tot III. Shout outs to John Tot III. I appreciate that. The first one with the potato in effect. Rocking it out. You guys are awesome. Critical East Japan is in there. Great. We got Mets from Open Bay Fan. We got Mets. And we got Mets. We got more Mets. You guys, you're jumping in there with the Mets, my friend. All right, we got plenty of them there. Okay, let's have a little fun with this. Now, should I do 1 and 1, or you want to see 2 barbecue, 1 cheddar. I mean, how do you guys want me to do this? I'm going to start off with 1 and 1, and then we'll do whatever combination you guys may want to try. So I'm going to put these together. I'll come back to this right here. DCM says he's a potato. All right. Not mad at you. Here we go. Let's start off with 1 and 1. That barbecue is good. Annette says 2 barbecue, 1 cheddar, and 2 barbecue. It's just a better chip. This is just a better chip right now. I don't know. Brian Rock, bye for today. Take care, my friend. Thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. So 2 barbecue, 1 cheddar, and 2 barbecue. All right. For Annette Cervantes. Here we go. Let me get 1 cheddar. So we've got 2 barbecue, 1 cheddar, and I'm going into my allotted servings of 12. Hang on. 1 more. Having fun putting these together. I saw this in the Super Bowl commercial where they put these together here right now. So, Critical, the stream is turning into a cooking show now. I'm trying to satisfy for the peeps, Paul, right now. Let's see how this goes. So we've got 2 on the bottom, 1 in the middle, 2 on the top. Here we go. The barbecues all day long. Wow. Let me wash this down. Actually, I don't think I have anything. Oh, I do. Left in the cam. Hang on. Oh, no, no, no. Do not mix coffee with this. No. Oh. Yeah, no, the saltiness and the strong bean on that one. No. 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 I'm glad I did that for you, Annette, but I just screwed myself by doing this right after. Oh, that's gross, but I got it. You know what? No, I'm not going to do any more of that. Hang on. Okay, better with a little bit of warm water. No more coffee with that. I don't know what that coffee Coke would go good with to eat, to be honest, because of what it is. Maybe on its own? No. No. Yeah, that's a little no bueno. A little no bueno with the Pringles. But I'm so glad to have given these a try, guys. Obviously, you know my preference right there. The barbecue one, easy recommendation. If you have an option to see this one on there, if it's a heavily discounted can, like $1.50 or $1.40 or whatever, you know, give it a try. I wouldn't go much over $2. Here on the West Coast, these can be easily over $2. I wouldn't recommend that one. But the barbecue one is pretty awesome. This is really, really good. So lovely situation with this here in effect. And like I said, love the marketing with it. It's very cool. It's definitely the hottest Pringle chip that's out there right now. It's not going to blow your socks off, but it's elevated. It's noticeably elevated. But the quality is pretty nice. So definitely digging that. Really, really good stuff. Good times. A trifecta of reviews for you guys. Definitely fun to do tonight for sure. Let's see here. Abort the mission, Nehemiah says. Abort the mission. Like toothpaste and OJ. It was a strong, like I said, that aftertaste immediately, the Coke and then the coffee and then everything else going on with those chips. No. Ernest 785, thanks so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're just about to round out the stream here right now. I appreciate you guys being here. Joel, like mixing toothpaste and orange Gatorade. Toothpaste and anything outside of water, my friend. I'm going to just call it at that. Anything outside of water with toothpaste is a no bueno situation. Unless you have certain gum that tastes, you know, kind of like, you know, toothpaste. You know, that's one thing that's different. But the coffee, then the barbecue, then the cola, then the cheddar, then the ice cream, says John. You want me to do all at one time? Remember, do not combine the coffee cola with Pringles barbecue. Yes. Hashtag strong bean. Critical. Okay, that's it. I'm cracking open this can of Pringles that have been sitting on the shelf for the past 2 months. And I'm sure they're just as good, Paul. They're just as good. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. Erna, do I listen to 80s music? On occasion, absolutely. Let's see here. Hello, send hello from Brazil. Victor Porto, thanks so much for jumping on. Thank you from all the way around, a little bit further down south, obviously, in Brazil. But thanks so much for being on here right now. I appreciate you. Thank you. Joel or John, Doritos 3D and Pringles barbecue will open a portal. That's craziness. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Let's see here. As my chat is beginning to wind up. Hang on. Let me catch up over here. Redneck Trekker, good to see you, man. Was looking forward to the Sonic cheesecake, but like yours, mine was terribly dry disappointing. That was straight trash. I hate to say it, and it is what it is, but you already know, my friend. They look great in advertising, but it's really hit or miss. Whenever I know I'm going to be doing a Sonic review, I'm always like, oh man, how is this going to go? How is this going to go? And obviously that was probably the worst one I think I've ever done, to be honest. They're having to show me chucking it at the end. Not just to try and be edgy with it there, but I just you guys needed to understand what I was going through with that. That was a complete waste of money. Just not a good situation with that. Let's see here. Victor Porto, I don't understand your language. Have no fear, because if you catch this on the replay, if you see this thumbnail and click on this on Sunday, you will have a multitude of languages to choose from. I always translate. If you guys notice, my stuff on here is translated in 11 different languages, international languages. You'll see the little CC underneath all my stuff there. There's a service that I pay for that I actually do some admin work with every time I complete a review, and I upload all of the new captions. So that way for people watching in different countries, should there be anybody out there, because according to my analytics, I have a whole bunch in certain areas of the world that watch my stuff. I want to make sure I have it available to them so they can understand it, which is kind of cool actually. So, but good times on there. Let's see. Armando, any events canceled for this year? Not, pretty much taking it as we go. Taking it as we go, my friend. There's going to be nothing going on this year. It looks like everything I'm seeing is still going to be canceled this year. Disney is still not opening yet. So we'll have to see what happens. And even if it does open, I'm not getting there until much later into this year, if at all, until everyone gets taken care of with the medicine that we all need for that. John, does Sonic have anything good lately? Kind of missing the mark. I agree. You know, the last couple of burgers have been kind of so-so, not bad. But it's a lot of redo. You know, a lot of fast food places are doing a lot of redo right now. So there's really nothing. There's a few new things that you're going to see in the next couple of weeks as well. But at the same time, there's nothing really ultra new that's really out there right now. It's a lot of kind of redo. Jack in the Box, a lot of old has come back on there as again. But they're all great stuff. So there's a lot to choose from, and that's always good. Shout out to the California Donuts from Armando Baron Gaming. Sonic is trash in my opinion too, Annette. You know, they're great for the dessert, I guess the dessert stuff, but the food stuff leaves a lot to be desired there. Irma, no Subway reviews soon. Exactly. I think you said it correctly. I am not a fan of Subway, but if we get up to that 100,000 mark, that may be something to break and do something at that point. DCM, have I tried Dairy Queen's burgers? I have not. We have nothing local here to try for Dairy Queen. Ginger Fit Dad, fast food in general isn't good. Depends upon what you get. Depends upon what you get. There's always something to check out, especially if you review food online. And if it's fast food especially, there's always something to check out. Popcorn, McDonald's is toxic. Depends upon what you get, and I guess your opinion of it. It's all good. It's all good. Let's see. Anthony has had Mickey D's Quarter Pounder Deluxe tonight. Man, it was so good, and especially since you're getting the fresh beef, which is pretty awesome. I got to tell you, good times. Good times. Let's see here. John, looking forward to BK ham-breaded chicken sandwich. Yes, that stuff, as well as the McDonald's stuff. Everybody knows that stuff is coming. I'm excited to check those out, of course. Those will find a home here on the channel always. I love filling out the portfolio. I've reviewed just about every chicken sandwich I can think of right now. I'm almost kind of done with it, to be honest. But of course, you really gotta have, you know, BK and McDonald's in the mix with this, and they're finally jumping in there, which is good. So we'll have to see with that there. So guys, as we round this out right now, I wanted to take a quick moment to shout out each and every one of you guys. As always, I wanted to wish you all a very happy Valentine's Day Eve, obviously, and then tomorrow will be the eve of the event, and then Sunday is the event. Just whatever you're gonna do it safely, have a good time. And I mean that on all fronts. Naturally, it's definitely going to be, you know, another interesting mix of what we've got going here. Because when we started hearing about what was happening currently in our world, nothing was really happening, you know, lockdown wise and things like that around Thanksgiving. Valentine's Day last year. Now with this going on, it's going to be a little interesting. So just be careful when you're out there, of course, and do the right thing. You guys all know what I'm talking about. Glad you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. Hopefully you did. If you did, definitely give it a thumbs up here in the chat as well as down below. If you're catching this on the replay, hit that thumbs up and of course subscribe. Hit that red button if you haven't done it already there. I greatly appreciate it. And if you're watching it this long from the beginning and you haven't subscribed, shame on you. Definitely subscribe to the channel. There are lots of fun stuff there. And again, this is just my way of wanting to try to give back to you guys and have a little fun and interact with all of the peeps here in the chat. Everyone who's donated to the channel, Ed Keaton, as well, anyone that I may have offline, I won't know until after. You guys will find your names down below. And again, prayer hands for Ed Keaton right now as well. Again, I appreciate the love and support for all of you guys here. I'm going to go back to editing a couple of things to get done for the weekend, and we're pretty much ready to go for the week. So I'm really glad that I can kind of relax a little bit this weekend and try and get my sinus situation taken care of here. But I appreciate the thumbs up popping in over here. Scott Messiah says he loves the closed caption feature. Thank you. You're very welcome. Very welcome. I have a lot of fun doing that. A lot of interesting languages I chose based upon where my stuff is watched, apparently. So those main 11, including English, obviously, are included. So take a look. And if you wanted to see just a little gear on any of the videos, and you'll see all of them pop in. It is really, really good. Joel Nepper, thanks so much. I appreciate you jumping on here. Popcorn Epic, you take care as well. First, going in. Yes, Armando, I know it's been a year. Craziness. I don't know where that guy is, but he's definitely out there. But yes, it's been a long time. 1 year is a long time. Good times there. Appreciate the prayer hands from Annette Cervantes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got it all in here. You already know what it is. Is Russian language available from Erna? Yes, it is. Russian is in there. You'll see it. Ruthless Radical, it's like they only stream for a little bit, but maybe next time. No worries. The replay is all in effect, and you're now immortalized here on the stream. That's one of the reasons I love having it on the screen here as well, so you guys can see yourselves on here as well, which you're probably seeing it on your mobile device, or if you're watching it on a tablet, it's going to be scrolling next to the screen anyway. But definitely glad to have you on here. Doris Fan 91, still waiting for my area in West Michigan to get the KFC chicken sandwich. That is a crazy slow rollout with that right now. So it's here and it's available, so it's kind of crazy how it's not really everywhere yet. But my guess is when you see the other guys start to drop theirs, like Mickey D's and Burger King, you'll probably see they'll be a little bit quicker with it. I have a feeling there. Critical, apart from English, what are your top languages? I have Indonesian, Japanese, Sweden, Swedish, or I think it's from Denmark. I think that's on there, but that's the main thing for Sweden. That was the thing to choose there as my main group that I have on there, and Hindi, believe it or not. So based upon my analytics there, it's a whole, various mix in there. So I had to kind of like nail down. There's a few others that were kind of, it's a very small percentage, but the fact that it's a percentage at all, it's one of the reasons I wanted to target that. And it helps, in terms of just, for growth and to have that availability for people to check out. So good times, definitely good times with that. And last couple of things to round this out. Yes, I have seen the Chili Cheetos Frito Wraps at Sonic there. Have you seen it there? No desire to check that out. No desire. I'm sure that they're tasty, but there's just too much out there to review with my schedule. I just can't. That's actually the second or third time around that I've seen those, and I still haven't done them. James, do they sell the Masters of the Universe in retail? Yes, so far I've seen them at Walmart, but I think they're trickling into Target now. So you'll be able to see that as well. Erna, do I speak Indonesian and Japanese? I do not, but I definitely make it available on my content for people who can, and you'll be able to see the subtitles on there for sure. But guys, a very happy New Year to each and every one of you guys. Lots of love as well if you guys are celebrating the Lunar New Year. Gung Hei Fat Choi. It is definitely a lovely situation all around the world right now, at least in terms of the New Year. Outlaws Generation, Mike, what to do, man? Hope you're doing all right. Are you getting any snow? Not here, actually a little bit further north of us, believe it or not. It was kind of a crazy situation for that. We didn't experience that, but the last time it rained, we got some hail chunks. And I got to tell you, I was waiting in Chick-fil-A for the curbside pickup when I was getting pelted with hail, which was nuts here in Pasadena. So no snow, but a little bit of ice doesn't hurt, right? A little bit of ice. So guys, as we round the stream out here right now, we've got 58 peeps strong. I appreciate you guys being here. There'll be probably a lot more view-wise afterwards here. Thank you so much for being a part of the stream tonight. February 12th is about history here. Actually, if you're back east, it's already history. It is now officially Valentine's Day Eve for you, as it's just after midnight. I know for E. Ricard and for Michael Domayer out there as well, for all of you East Coast peeps, I appreciate you jumping on here right now, staying late night with me. It means a great deal. But thank you so much for being on here right now. And guys, it's all about, like I said, the quality of being available to you guys on these streams and giving you some content that I think you're going to like, to give you something visually engaging. Again, take a look at Michael Fair Jr.'s site down below if you want to see how to incorporate a lot of really cool effects to your live streams directly. A lot of great content and a very, very cool peep. And especially jump on over and subscribe and let him know that Ian K sent you. He is really, really a good dude. Very wholesome entertainment in terms of showing you in a very step-by-step way to do it. Anybody who just starts watching, you're going to get hooked into wanting to do something like this because it's so much fun to do. So with that, I'm jumping over to my streaming format here right now just to finish it out. I'll try and stay into the chat as long as I can until YouTube cuts it when I click the stop streaming button. The chat box is still in effect. But shout outs to each and every one of you guys as well. And again, to everybody here in the chat, thank you for making my channel one of your stops. You do have plenty of content on YouTube here to choose from. I appreciate you making my channel one of those stops, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys greatly. You already know at nauseum you're going to hear me say thank you, thank you, thank you, because I just appreciate you guys greatly. So with that, this is Ian K officially closing out the live stream for February 12th, Valentine's Day Eve. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel, so why you stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Good times, guys. New review coming up 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Saturday. It's going to be a little bit later in the day, possibly for Critical Eats Japan overseas. Shout outs to Critical. Jump on over to his channel. Lots of awesome content always. The trips, you already know what it is. Drew's food reviews, Jackie Hero food reviews, and if Trav Tries is watching, I appreciate all the love and support. You guys are amazing. The review crew in the house, a lot of great peeps in that community as well. We got Outlaws Generation in here as well too. There just a lot of people putting in the do and just having fun doing it in their little section of the YouTube universe. Freddy Foodoo King is not here tonight either. Hopefully Freddy's catching this on the replay. Shout outs to Freddy. Big shout outs to you, my friend, as always. And guys, I'm just gonna tell you guys, I love you very much. I appreciate you guys. You guys have no idea. I consider it a privilege to be able to do this stuff for you guys. I have so much fun creating. And again, I just look forward to just more and more as time goes by. And, you know, if you're looking for that high quality goodness there, I'm going to do my best to outdo anything I've done previously as we move into the next stage of the channel. I appreciate you guys being here right now. So very long-winded way to say that I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And let me just say again, thank you so much for being here. And let's see here. Let me jump on over to my button tab. There it is right over there. And Joel, just to kind of finish this out, we out. Peace. See you guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.